Hey gardener, so this is part, I'm not sure because I'm not done editing the video yet, but this will be a video series that's broken down because there's just so much to do and it's time consuming. So whatever part this is, welcome. I just want to go through and give you guys some tips. So in the other parts you saw me dig them up, dig up the elephant ear bulbs out of the ground, and you saw me dig them up out of the potted ones, and I cut back the foliage and I cut back the roots, and then I'm now allowing the elephant ears to air dry or to cure, I guess. And so far this is my pile of elephant ears to keep so far. These are mammoth ears. I've had these bulbs for 2 years now. This is their second growing season with me. They've gotten big, they've made babies, they are doing wonderful, they look great. We've had some that had, you know, an issue, like right here. I can tell that this bulb had some rot. That was probably from last year, because right here it looks dry and it's hard. So this is the keep. These are the biggest ones that I have right now. Now let me pan over. It's a wreck out here still because I'm like still working to get things broken down and put away. This all will go into the compost. So here are the 3 bulbs that I won from Longfield Gardens. These guys did not have as much time in the planted up as the other ones did. They look amazing though. They did well this summer. They did not produce any babies, which, you know, they haven't had as long of a growth season as the others, but they look really good. So this one I left the stem a little longer. As this dies back, I'll just continue to cut it off, or I can cut it now, it doesn't matter. I'm just working on a ton of things at once, so it's just still long like that. And then over here are the bulbs that I started with you guys earlier this year. I think it was February or March. If you haven't seen it, I'll link the video. But these bulbs started off really huge. The main bulb, the mother bulb for all 3 died, but they all produced offsets. So these are the offsets of those 3 giant bulbs. I don't know what happened or what went on with those mother bulbs, but they did not survive. But at least they gave me some babies to plant up next year. And then over here, these are a couple of rejects, and I'll show you why I'm not going to grow them next year. And that's because this one actually looks like it rotted and there's a hole in it. Now granted, there is this piece right here. I could cut that off and this would be, you know, a viable bulb, and even part of this probably would be viable too. I'm just not gonna fuss with it like I did last year. And then this bulb here, looks like he had some rot through there. And because I have so many bulbs, guys, I cannot keep everything. So anything that is imperfect has to go. So I have another lineup of bulbs here. These are also a pile of rejects. And by rejects, I mean that bulbs that I'm not keeping. They are viable, they would make it, they would survive. What I'm gonna do is probably just like give them away, like put them up on next door or give them to family and friends, whoever wants them. They will all grow. And so this one looks like it rotted too. All I would need to do is just cut that piece off, this off of there, and it will be fine. The bottom of this rotted, and this actually is probably last year's bulb. This is probably last year's bulb as well. And then you can see this one made some babies, but I cannot keep all of these. I cannot. There's just too many. And then I have the small ones up here. And then I also have this here. This actually, I bought it as a house plant, but it has kept spider mites. So I'm actually gonna break this one down too and separate the bulbs. And then I have another big one out here, the alocasia. Let me show you. I'm trying to decide what I want to do with it. So this one here, I need to figure out what I want to do with it, if I want to keep it indoors or what. The only thing that's making me think about keeping it indoors is because it only has 3 leaves. So if it does get spider mites, it's going to be super easy to treat because it only has 3 big, you know, giant leaves. So it'll be super easy to just put it in the sink, hose it down, spray it down, things like that. But I don't know, it's hard to bring in things that I know are prone to spider mites, given that I have tons of houseplants that I don't want any issues with. So yeah, this is an ongoing process. So once these guys are fully dry at the end of the week, I will go ahead and bag them up. How I store them is in like a brown paper bag. So like if you shop at a grocery store where you can buy the brown paper bags, do that. I shop at Aldi, so I can buy their bags. They're about 7 cents. So I'll buy a bunch. I'll store a max of, if so, like these big bulbs, I will put like a max of 2 or 3 per bag, just so that they can have airflow. The smaller bulbs, I can stick probably about 5 or 6 in each bag. I just want to make sure that all the bulbs have space and they're not, you know, sitting on top of each other. And then what I do is I also check them about once a month. I'll just go ahead and open the bags, turn the bulbs around, just give them a once over, close the bags, and then not look at them for, you know, another few weeks. So this is part 3 of the process. I've got my brown paper bags from Aldi's and I am ready to store some bulbs. So the tray that's on the right, your right, not mine, is my tray of bulbs that I am not planning on storing or keeping. I'm not sure exactly where they're gonna go yet, but they're gonna stay in this tray for now. So I'm just gonna bag these up and then get them ready to go into their winter home. So like I said before, I'll check on them every so often just to make sure that they're not rotted. They look really good right now. They actually look better this year than they did last year. I don't think I let them dry out for very long last year. At least I didn't let them dry out outdoors. Last year they dried out in like our rec room. This time letting them dry out outdoors, they seem a lot drier, if that makes sense. Last year they were kind of like, oh, I don't know, but this year they look and feel very dry. So I'm really happy with them and I think they're going to store really well. So I'm cutting off some of the excess on this bulb here and a couple of others because I forgot to get to those. They'll be fine in the bags. I'll definitely, if I see any issue, I'll take care of that and give them a little bit more time to dry outside of the bags. But I think the paper bags will soak up any like excess moisture. I have a good feeling that they will be just fine. So all in all, I think this was a really good elephant ear season. The bulbs that I planted with you guys earlier this year were kind of a bust, the big 3, but all in all, I'm happy. So let me know if you guys have any questions and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.